Welcome to our Brain Bites course on sending and receiving encrypted emails in Outlook 365.
We are here to help you understand the essentials of email encryption. We will also provide step-by-step instructions to make the process easy.
The digital age we live in requires vigilance and new approaches to security. Protecting classified and sensitive information, whether personal or corporate, is vital. One underused tool for implementing that protection is email encryption.
It's always a good idea to start with the basics. What exactly is email encryption? The science of cryptography uses coded algorithms to scramble sensitive information. Government, military, and financial institutions use it all the time to ensure that bank account numbers, credit card, social security numbers, and other sensitive data is secure.
Email encryption uses cryptography to safeguard sensitive information which you may need to send to or receive from another party. An encrypted email is unreadable to anyone except the intended recipient. It's similar to, and as safe as, putting a document in a safe deposit box, and only you and the intended party have a key to the box. No one else can access that safe deposit box but the two of you. Without encryption, sensitive data sent through email could be intercepted and read by unauthorized parties. Imagine sending out a list of social security numbers in an unencrypted email only to have it intercepted by some nefarious entity.
That would be catastrophic, and it could spell the end of your career. Many industries require their employees to use encryption when sending and receiving sensitive data. In some cases, it's required by law. Some instances where you might need to use email encryption are sending and receiving financial information, such as classified company budget reports or payroll data, sending and receiving confidential company legal documents, sending and receiving employee or customer information, such as private phone numbers, social security numbers, account numbers, credit card numbers, and other highly sensitive data. Any back and forth email discussions regarding confidential business plans, strategies, product plans, and the like.
Your employer may have specific guidelines about when and how to use email encryption. You will want to check the policies of your company when you are unsure whether an email should be encrypted or not.
In this course, we will focus on the encryption options available in Outlook 365.
There are basically two methods of email encryption in Outlook 365. The first is called Office 365 Message Encryption. It's the most commonly used encryption method, and it's fairly easy to set up and use.
Because it's easy to use, most people prefer it.
The second method of email encryption is S-MIME. You spell it with an S, followed by a slash, then the letters MIME, like a mime you would see performing in a theater.
It stands for Secure Multi-Purpose Internet Mail Extensions. It's a more advanced method and requires the use of digital certificates or digital IDs. S-MIME offers a higher level of security, but it requires more setup work.
In fact, the use of S-MIME requires implementation by an administrator within your computer division, so it's not something you can just use on your own. It must be activated and set up by someone who has the required knowledge and access.
Furthermore, depending on the policy of your company, S-MIME is something which is either invoked by a rule, which would be set up within Outlook, or it's active all the time.
Recent changes by Microsoft have set S-MIME as a higher encryption standard within the industry. Therefore, the use of S-MIME within your company is going to be more a matter of company policy than an individual's personal decision.
As we mentioned earlier, the most common and the easiest method is Office 365 Message Encryption. This method uses TLS to secure your email. TLS stands for Transport Layer Security. Some people refer to it as Transport Level Encryption, which is actually more representative of what it does. TLS protects your email while it's in transit, preventing your email from being read even if it were intercepted. The email is encrypted between you, the sender, and the recipient's mail server. Just be aware there is a gap where the email is not encrypted. That gap lies between the recipient's mail server and the recipient themselves.
That's right. TLS encrypts the connection, but not the message. Office 365 Message Encryption will keep your message secure in transit, but once it reaches its destination, anyone with access to your email account could read it. While this is unlikely, it's something you want to keep in mind.
Microsoft 365 Message Encryption is included in all Office 365 Enterprise plans, which come with Azure Information Protection. You will want to check with your IT department to find out if you have Azure Information Protection. Since you don't need a certificate with Office 365 message encryption, the whole process is fairly straightforward.
You may wonder, what about your email attachments? Do they get encrypted? Attachments can also be encrypted, but some might not be. Since this is a topic which needs more detail, we'll discuss it later in this course.
Let's not forget third-party email encryption solutions. To name a few, there are Titan, Enciro, Virtru, ProtonMail, StartMail, Secure My Email, and more. While these are all third-party, the solutions work well and they play nice with Outlook, as well as Google Mail, Yahoo Mail, AOL Mail, and others. Any of these would work in place of Microsoft encryption. You just need to research the various ones to see which best meets your needs.
We need to wrap up this introduction and get to the good stuff, but first let's recap our key points.
First, email encryption makes data unreadable to anyone except authorized parties.
Second, email encryption is critical to businesses to safeguard their confidential data.
Third, the primary reason for using email encryption is for protection when sharing financial, legal, or personal information. No one wants to see their social security number or account numbers intercepted.
And fourth, Outlook 365 offers two types of encryption: Office 365 Message Encryption and SMIME. Office 365 Message Encryption is easier to use since it does not require a certificate and it's more widely accessible.
As you can tell, we have a lot to cover in this course. In our next lesson, we'll dive into using Office 365 Message Encryption.